We're heading to South Georgia, and the idea is to have a little jolly and schmooze around there, and perhaps even climb some mountains. But I think the main idea is to have a bit of a laugh, really, some fun.
Tell us a little bit about this science work you've been doing in South Georgia.
Cut. I've been involved in trying to quantify the effects of sort of recent climate change on the glaciers and ice caps in South Georgia. South Georgia is about 75% glaciated. There's two small glaciers that have advanced. The majority of them are retreating rather rapidly at the moment. The work I've been doing is based on using ice radar and remote sensing images to provide boundary conditions in order to have a go at numerically modelling glaciers to climate change. Using geological evidence and geomorphological evidence, it's the moraines and the debris and paleo records that these glaciers have left behind, can use those to constrain the model in order to give some sort of estimated prediction on the trajectory of these glaciers over the next 100-200 years, and come to some ideas about how thick and where they'll be, and also what the possible contribution to sea level South Georgia and other glaciers in the mid-high southern latitudes could contribute.
Hola. Hola. ¿Qué? Los pescados chicos, ¿cómo se...?
Is that good enough, or do you want to redo this?
Just tell me here what it is you're doing.
We'll have to put these on.
I'm making this hatch watertight in theory.
But I mean, this is a boat, shouldn't it be watertight?
I'm afraid in this particular case, it's not. The seal is gone, so we've stuffed whatever rubbish we can find inside, and hopefully the water will stay out with about 5 miles of duct tape on top. Looks the part.
So what makes you want to go to sea in the Southern Ocean in a boat that isn't watertight?
I guess I must be stupid. Absolutely no idea. A whim.
Peace in our time! Peace in our time! Bloody hell. How's it going?
Right.
Are we all sealed, hermetically sealed? It's a work of art.
So that is.
So is there not a seal up there?
There is a seal, yeah, but it's rubbish.
But it's crap.
It's just not thick enough.
Anyway, I guess we're keen on leaving.
That's it? Not long enough.
23 nautical miles to go according to this.
Better look where we're going.
So how far to South Georgia?
So how we've done that bit.
Just try to tie it in, you know, continuity and all that.
I think a bit more appropriate than this crap.
Right, Argentina on the left, Chile on the right. Waiting for that gap between the two.
And heading down the Beagle.
Should see our charts. Great expense paid on charts. Well, I mean, this one here was good up until 1985. It's alright, they're just a lot cheaper, and let's face it, not really much changes. Just got to keep more of a lookout for uncharted rocks. Could be the starter motor. Starter again.
Pretty huge to the top of that.
That thrust plate. But it sounds very much like something's got caught in there, like a tuft or something. It's a pain. If only there was a little access hatch at the bottom to let any debris fall out. Our amateur psychology take on it is that there's a little bit of teeth or metal flying around the flywheel in the bell housing, which is either disturbing other bits in there or causing some problems with the thrust plate. But that's an amateur mechanic's view of things. One thing's for sure is I don't think we're going to be able to fix that at sea, and it's quite a major job when we hit South Georgia. But in the meantime, I guess we are a sailboat, and won't be the first boat to have reached South Georgia without the use of an engine. We've had a couple of multi-coloured vomits, but on the whole I think everyone's behaving quite nicely, and the sea's been very calm. I believe we're heading east, and we're a day and a half out from Cape Horn. And the idea is to have a little jolly and schmooze around there, and perhaps even climb some mountains. But I think the main idea is to have a bit of a laugh, really, some fun.
Last year I made hats, and this is my first attempt at a jersey. So yeah,
That's pretty good.
just coming along.
How long do you think it's going to take?
Well, I've got enough wool to do one side, so it's not going to get finished on this trip. Got to do something to ward off the boredom of sailing. It's actually quite boring sailing across the ocean.
So is it harder to do it with a boat moving? Keep jabbing a needle in your finger.
No, I haven't dropped a stitch yet, so No, it doesn't seem to affect things too much.
This hot water system up here, is that working alright?
This hot water system here?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't work at all. But it did work at one time, Alun assures, and all it needs to be done is hooked up, but we're not gonna do that. We don't have an option, we don't even have a shower to use it, so.
What, you mean you don't wash then?
We wash. It's just a little less regular than the regular person. We'll wash, like maybe once a week or something like that.
Did get wet?
Last night pretty wild, yeah. Big wave, we ended up surfing it. We've been going about 8 knots and now we ended up 12 knots down this wave. Fantastic.
Is this your first time sailing?
Yeah. I've been on a windsurfer before and that's about it. I was pretty scared before we set off. I expected to be very sick, but I was quite surprised that I wasn't actually that sick in the end. I bathed about 3 times and then I was absolutely fine for the rest of the time. And we've been doing about, I think, 160 miles a day, which is pretty good, averaging 7 knots. I keep looking at expecting to see icebergs. It looks like the kind of scene where you see massive icebergs sticking out.
Sea's been pretty kind to us, but you know, there are perils being out here obviously in the Southern Ocean. We came through those icebergs yesterday and if we'd happened upon them at night or you know, during conditions where the visibility was poor, it could have quite easily been a different story than what we experienced yesterday. So yeah, certainly are perils, so just getting there is going to be a bonus really.
It's just now we're at 7 knots ourselves. We've ripped in a few of the sails and going on nicely.
AKA garbanzo beans. Lovely things.
Can you not see anything at all, Alan?
Not at the moment.
Do you think you'd see something that small on radar?
You'd hope so.
Yeah. Maybe it's a stealth iceberg. So if we hit it, we got it on film.
That's some nice pictures.
Well, this makes you feel better.
In about 10 minutes we'll be able to say, here, remember when we used to worry about the engine?
It's a bit like the paparazzi. This iceberg's never been so famous.
We're here, going to Cumberland Bay.
So, how do you figure with the flat topish?
Yeah, it's got a double peak, yeah?
Yeah.
Then to the left of that is Root, then Northern Skull.
It's more beautiful than I expected over here. The mountains are unreal.
Very nice landfall in South Georgia, but unfortunately the wind has escaped us. So we're sort of bobbing along towards our anchorage.
What's the odds on us getting in tonight, do you think?
5:30. Got a couple of hours more light, 2.5 hours. Probably got about over 10 miles to go. So it's going to be a pretty close call actually, whether we get there before it gets dark. And we've got the Zodiac out the back just as a sort of a backup, just in case we have to tow her in. Yeah, so who knows?
Yeah, not helped by us not having the engine, of course.
It is a bit of a bugger. Yeah. King Edward Point almost. After a night hove to, our final night, we were expecting to get in, or hoping to get in last night, but the wind disappeared, so we had another night sort of bobbing around, sitting on tender hooks really, hoping that the wind wouldn't fill in. And oh yeah, we had quite a quiet night, and here we are motoring in with the Zodiac alongside.
So just think, Dave, you only have to go sailing once more. That's to get home.
That's right. Yeah, it's quite a thing sailing here, eh? Now we've got another big adventure in front of us. It's yeah, it's going to be really interesting. I think we could be on this side. I'm not quite sure though. Nice map.
So how long's it taken from Ushuaia?
It'll be 11 days today. We were estimating 10 days, so we're not too far short of what we expected. We're about to tie up against a dock at Frithviken whaling station, and it was one of the old Norwegian whaling stations. It was abandoned in 1964 due to dwindling whale stocks in the Southern Ocean. So we're just a few minutes out from nice to step on terra firma to start with. Have a celebration meal tonight, I hope. A few brews and just relax a bit today, I think. Once we get tied up alongside. And I suppose before too long we'll start focusing on the mountain behind me and change focus from sailing to climbing. But for today at least I think we'll just be chilling out. It's just nice to be here. It's a beautiful day to arrive.
Okay, you've got to shove it there.
Like a little fondue. Go out.
It's great with WD-40.
Absolutely. St. Andrews Bay, home of apparently 250,000 king penguins, they say. And another, several thousand fur seals and elephant seals and Weddell seals and various other species of penguins. It's amazing. There's an amazing lack of fear in these animals. And as soon as you sit down for a while, and they get used to you. It's quite amazing, for lack of a better word. Compared to most of the other places I've been to in the world, where the animals there have learned to fear humans. These ones are more curious about us than fearful. It's quite a treat. And even though that curiosity has been bastardized with various huntings and other human exploitations, it's still here, which is quite a special gem for us to be able to see.
Places we've grown, all of us are done for. And we live in a beautiful world. Yeah, we do, yeah, we do. We live in a beautiful
Well trained, she is.
She is.
Not sure about this, sir. Good thing you put on the video camera. Mama would love to see that. along this slope here, which apparently had been quite wind-slabbed, and it let go on us, and we looked like it slid about 20 meters or so.
What was it?
A slab avalanche about 2 feet thick, and I don't know, 100 meters wide or something like that.
Well, we got here last night and we're at about 1200 meters, and now we're at 1600 meters. That's 400 meters ascent without doing anything, which unfortunately means we've got 40 millibar drop in pressure. We've got to decide what to do, whether we can get our ailing knees working uphill or whether it's time to beat a retreat.
So what are the options?
Well, up or down, really. Hi Davey, change to channel 1-2 over. Gambo, this is Mount Paget, do you copy? Over.
Yep, got you, 5 on.
How you doing, Davey?
Pretty good actually, yeah, how you doing?
Pretty good, we're at about 2,000 metres on the ridge, just before the crux. I'm wondering, trying to get hold of a weather forecast, over.
Yeah, if you give me 5 minutes on, I'll try and get you that updated then, over.
Okay, I didn't hear anything from KEP, so we'll be standing by on 1-6, okay?
Yeah, I'll be 2-3. Catch you then.
Cheers, Davey, 1-6. It's being gamboed.